feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
What's going on, FMFAM? Can I get a mic check real quick? Mic check 1 2. What the hell is on my shirt? What the dang? I don't know what that is. Anyways, how's everybody's Wednesday night? I know it's a little odd. Didn't go live stream last night because I was at a little birthday party, my little nephew. Appreciate you, M. All right, so we're gonna be answering some questions tonight about hell, anything y'all got. Okay, I'm gonna bring a couple people on. They're gonna help me with the other things that aren't Nissan. I'm gonna try my best. Because I don't mess with anything else but Nissans. But if they're generic questions, then obviously, you know, I got it. All right. So we're gonna wait a little bit for them to come on. Until then, we gonna mess around. We're gonna BS. We got Peter up in the building. We got Shannon. We got M. We got DLC for Christ. What is going on? We got Peter. What else we got? That's all we got right now. All right. Peter, hello everyone. How you doing, Peter? Shannon Dickinson, hello, Fluffy. What's going on, Shannon? Benjamin, what's up, Fluffy? And all, how we doing? Doing pretty good. A little tired. I busted out like 7 hours, bro, on live stream a little earlier. You saw that. Gravy. Fluffy, what's going on, M? Oh, excuse me. What's up, Peter? What's up, Shannon? DLC for Christ hitting it with the emojis. I need to work on some more emojis. Oh, I need to order the new magnets. Yeah. I'm gonna do that tonight for y'all. Are gonna receive some badass. And when I say badass, they gonna be badass magnets for that 12-month mark. Hey, Benjamin. Hello, Ben. Loud and clear. Appreciate it, Shannon. Appreciate it, M. Hey, M. Loud and clear, homie. Appreciate you, Ben. Hey, Shannon. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. There we go. What's going on, Bill? How you doing? How you doing tonight? So what's everybody been up to? Anything crazy y'all been working on? Anything y'all need help on? I'll try my best until we get Dave up in here. I'm gonna send Turner an invite. Maybe Lakes. Maybe if Lakes is awake, we'll send him an invite too. You know, get the most people up in here that we can to help me help y'all diagnose vehicles. So I'm gonna do a little something different tonight. And then Friday, Aaron Scott's been right. Aaron, he been beating me up. Fluff, you said he was going to talk about flat rate times versus book times and all this other stuff. So yeah. Hey Shannon, yard work. Oh, that's all you. That's what you did today, man. On a weekday. I thought that was a weekend thing, like a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. Is there a blue FM Mac? Yes, there is, Shannon. There was the green FMFAM. Have you not got one? Have you not got one? Maybe you have. I know you be getting them early. Why the Centras have issues with the ETC wiring? Hold up, what Centras? What Centra? I haven't ran across one yet. Had one today. I have not had one yet. That is new to me, bro. I got green, not blue. So you have the fluffy, this logo, right? That logo, but you haven't got the hashtag FMFAM. Shannon, I'm gonna have to send you one out then. Aaron, what's up, Fluff? What's going on, Aaron? Is this the Aaron I'm thinking of? Is this the Aaron that I'm thinking of? Nice Wonger. Is this who I think it is? I don't remember your last name. I think it's the one I'm thinking of. What's going on, Aaron? Appreciate you coming through. Fixed an electric vehicle. Fixed an EV this week. The front door has a module in it. The print on the module was Toyota. Really? So they're using, wait. What kind of vehicle was that, Bill? 19 Central broken wires near the connector. Dude, I have not ran across that, and I am glad you mentioned this. 19, that's a good body style too. This is your favorite. I kind of figured it was you. I fingered it was you. What's going on, Aaron? It's been a minute since we've talked. Oh no, your snappy guy hasn't came around, bro. Saw him a little bit, and then the two guys, well, one of the guys that was buying from Snap-on, he ain't there no more. He moved on, so I don't know, man. What's going on with that? There's still guys at the shop that have Snap-on stuff. Hey, I'm Leisure. What's going on? Oh, why am I saying that? I am working on my retirement. Hey, you and me both, Mr. DLC for Christ. I am working on my retirement too. Almost halfway there. But by the time I get there, it'll probably be 80 or 90 years old. I might not even get a retirement. I'm going to work till I die, probably. Appreciate the $5 donation. Not even 5 minutes, 102 ads. Are you kidding me, Shannon? Hey, on the shorts, when I do the vertical streams, and I am lagging, right? When I do the vertical streams, y'all, is there shorts on? I mean, is there ads on there? I was thinking about that earlier. The car was a Subaru using Toyota Lexus parts. That is very, very interesting. Guy I work with have seen multiple. Dude, I have not seen any. What code is it throwing? P21 something? What is it called? Throttle motor control, ETC motor control, or something like that, right? Two ads, and it's only been 9 minutes. That is crazy. What's going on? How to auto repair? Where are you at on there? You're blue. Have you got the hashtag FMFAM magnet, Anthony? Appreciate you hitting it with the emojis. All I know is I definitely miss you guys. I'm in Dallas now. Oh, Dallas. What the hell are you doing out there? Don't say where we're from. Let's not say that. They seem to break too close to the connector for repair. Wow. Hey, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it kind of seems like some of the connectors. I'm waiting on the Kicks MAF sensor connector wires to start taking a dump too, because you know how on the airbox, man, it is so hard to disconnect that mass airflow. It's so tight, bro. Like, why? Nissan doesn't have. We do. They just implemented that maybe a year ago. So depending on the model, the year and the model, they're starting to make pigtails available, which is awesome. I don't know if you remember, I did that COIL pigtail. but we didn't have a coil pigtail for that specific year model on that Murano. So I had to get a pigtail from a newer Murano, which basically all of our coil connectors are the same. P2101. So that is the electric motor controller or something like that, right? Electronic throttle control motor. It's time. What's going on, Stone PC? And wiggle test procedure. Oh, I am definitely gonna look out for that. Appreciate the information, bro. I think so. I forgot what colors. It was the green one. The green. It just said #FMFAM. Hey, dude, send all the good vibes to the other guys. I'll see what's up with the guy and see if we can get it handled. Yeah, cause he was spotty. He was real spotty for a little bit, and then, dude, I haven't seen him since March, I believe, or maybe I've been at lunch while he comes. I have no idea. Happy Tuesday, FM family. What's going on, Wrenching Mafia? How are you doing, bro? You feel like joining in on this? Oh shoot! You know what? I gotta send out these messages. Send. Turner, send. There was one other one. Sand. Glow. Yo, what up, Glow? How you doing, bro? What crazy stuff have you gotten into today, Glow? Me, I got messed over today. I'm doing a rack and pinion on an Armada, all because a bushing was blown out. So we got two bolts that hold in right there by the input shaft for the rack and pinion, and then we have another bushing single bolt, and it's like a bracket with a bushing. We can't get that bushing. I know you could get it aftermarket separate, like eBay and some weird part stores. But as far as OEM, we can't get it. And I made the customer aware of that. I'm like, hey, if we can't get this separate, it'd be the whole rack and pinion. They bought the whole rack and pinion. The rack and pinion they got me, which was our value line, does not come with that. That is transferable. You have to transfer it from the old power steering rack to the new one. I didn't realize that until I opened the box. I got the old rack and pinion out, and I'm like, dude, where's I was like, value advantage. It doesn't come with it. You got to transfer it over. So that kind of put me in a predicament. Yeah. And I have never, ever seen that bushing ever go out. Benjamin, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. That last one, right? The one on the passenger side, the one that holds the power steering rack on the Armadas and Titans and Frontiers and all that. Never seen it come apart. That was so weird. Quick Wrench, what's up, ball? What's going on? Quick. Leisure, hey, quick. None, bro. Slow all day today. Oh, what? Maybe we're slow, but we don't. It doesn't seem slow because we're a little low on technicians right now. First time I ever saw it, TechLine database showed a ton of similar cases. Dude, I have not ran across that, and if I did, I do not remember. But I'm hourly, so that's good. Oh yeah, that is definitely good. That's the one time you appreciate being on hourly. What's up, Dobie? How you doing, Dobie? Old man Jenkins, what up, though? Appreciate you coming through. I know this might be your first time. So appreciate you coming through. We're slow. I only have 35 hours. I'm gonna quit. Really, bro? 35 hours? And are you on bi-weekly? Are you paid twice a month, or are you every week? Bro, I'm at 8.8 hours right now, but I got some hefty tickets lined up. Have seen it. Rust Belt seems to show a ton of issues where not. Yeah, right. Because there's a lot of times I don't see these issues either. Like y'all mentioned stuff that I've never even seen.
What is up?
What's up? What's up, man? I almost thought I didn't have no audio. I didn't hear the little bloop when you popped in. Got a little scared. What's going on, Quick Rich? How you doing?
Is anybody actually asking any questions?
Not yet. Not yet. We'll see as the night rolls on. 5:20. Oh, the 5th and the 20th. So, well, you're 4 days in, bro. That's not too bad. 35 hours. That's not too bad. What? So, what'd you work on today? Quick.
I had a gravy job on a HHR. I had to replace it's a 2000. I don't even remember what year. 09. I don't remember what year it was. 09
Get me ready
HHR,
for this.
WHHR. It's one of the last years they made the HHR, but I had to run. In fact, your Cobalt probably has almost identical line set, but here in the northeast, in the Rust Belt, the fuel line right where it kind of wraps around and curves over toward the tank.
Okay.
Up it comes under, it goes under the car, and then it comes up into the, I don't know what you call it, fender well, maybe, kind of.
Okay.
And up and over and above the exhaust, and then toward the fuel tank. There's an evap line and a fuel line, and the fuel line they were both rotted out, but it was actually leaking fuel. So I got the lines from GM, and I put a new evap line and new fuel line from tank and from canister all the way from there to fuel rail and evap purge valve. And then I had to do 2 control arms on it, 2 front control arms, outer tie rod, and align it. So that was a gravy ticket. And then before I left, I finished putting the head. I got my heads, just got back from the machine shop for a 3.6 Pentastar. So I bolted the heads down, and I installed all the rocker arms, the lifters, and the camshafts are all in the engine. And I have all the timing components all lined up, set up, and everything ready to go. I just got to throw the front cover on it tomorrow. Throw the front cover on it, throw the valve covers on it, hook the exhaust back up, throw the intake back on, call it a day.
So what's the turnaround for heads?
I should have had them back yesterday. I usually, if I get them to them, say if I get them to them on Monday, I usually get them back Tuesday afternoon. But the guy missed yesterday. He was sick or wasn't feeling well. Or had something came up. He wasn't there, the machinist. So I didn't get him back until today.
So what would you do if y'all didn't have a machine shop?
Probably what JT would do is replace the heads with brand new ones.
Even if they're not warped?
Well, see, I would check them for warpage. The one head was warped. The right head had a warpage, and that's the one that had blew a head gasket.
Oh, okay, so it blew a head gasket.
Yeah, it blew a head gasket.
It's not like what I see. I mean, we see seepage coming out.
No, that's the only reason I had to do the head. It blew a head gasket. I mean, it was overheating.
Now, I get asked this question when I do heads. What do you think causes that external seepage?
External seepage?
Yeah. Because they say it's a
probably inferior gasket. It could even be porosity, like of the block, how tight the metal's woven, like how dense the metal is, the aluminum. But it's probably a slightly inferior gasket.
It's the same spot every single time.
And what do you do to fix it? Replace the head gaskets?
Replace the head gaskets. It's a what do they call it?
I'm surprised they don't have an updated head gasket for that.
Like there's even a TSB that it's normal. It's a normal characteristic of that engine. Now, unless it's wet, then they'll say, yes, it's bad. Now we're talking under warranty.
I'm trying to remember what motor it is that this machinist was telling me that he keeps getting them sending heads over, and he said there's nothing wrong with the head. It's an inferior gasket. I can't remember what make and model engine, what car it was. I want to say it's on a Volkswagen / Audi motor that he keeps getting a particular shop sending them heads over saying that needs all this, you know, it needs to be milled and this, that, and everything. He said he takes a straight edge to it with the feeler gauges and stuff. He said, I don't find a warpage anywhere in the head. And he said they would dig into it. He said there's a TSB out there about it, that it's just a bad gasket. Replace the gasket.
Huh.
And he said, I keep telling this shop that if it was me, I would take that multi-layer gasket. And he said, get that high temp Permatex gasket spray or whatever.
Yeah.
That puts like another layer on it of like almost like RTV or whatever. He said, I would coat both sides with the light coating of it on a new gasket, put it back down and torque it down. And he goes, I bet that shit will never happen again.
That is so weird.
Well, there's got a lot of weird shit going on with these new cars. Like Audis and Volkswagens. If you get lean codes on those, and it's like the fuel adjustment, like but it's trying to adjust fuel mixture, like richen it up, and it gets like in the high 20s, low 30% like adjustment, and you rev it up and it drops maybe in half or so. You know what I find on a lot of those?
What's that?
Talk about a weird vacuum leak. It's just very hard to understand for a lot of people. But believe it or not, if you smoke test it, 9 times out of 10, if you smoke test it, if you don't find any obvious vacuum leak around the intake manifolds, which are common to have bad gaskets, the intakes, but I see rear main seals. They're not leaking oil. But while the car is running, they're sucking air from the PCV.
Oh, did we lose Dave?
And it causes a lean condition. So the fix is the rear main seal. And if you smoke test it, a lot of times you'll actually get smoke pouring out of the bell housing area, and it's coming from the rear main seal. Where the car's off, you smoke test it.
I've only seen, oh shit, I'm not even sharing the screen anymore. I've seen this issue one time only. And that was from them running too lean.
Chevys do that from the rear main seal? Cause of a lean. I'm trying to think. I think I have two. I'm trying to think what engine.
See, but so the next time you get a V6 Nissan SUV, it has to be the 3.5 liter. On bank 2, so near the radiator, take a look right there.
Yeah, you can see the crust from it.
Yeah. It's always going to leak right there, either on one side or both sides, no matter what. And hell, we just sell gaskets. We check it for warpage, of course.
It doesn't have an update. It doesn't have an updated gasket. No updated torque specs. Nothing like that.
It's a normal condition.
I'm surprised they don't try to figure out something to.
As long as it's not dripping out, it is a normal condition. In my opinion, that's not normal. That's just my opinion.
No, it's not normal. You get seepage somewhere. If you get seepage, you don't have complete seal.
Correct.
So I would assume it's inferior gasket of some.
And it seems like it seems like the head bolt that is right there is always tighter than the rest.
Is it coolant getting down the threads of the bolt or something?
Nope.
I'll tell you what's interesting about this 3.6 Pentastar I took apart. And I'm going to tell you right now, when it first happened to me, I said, oh, shit. I was zapping the heads loose. And it recommends you do a special sequence as you loosen the head bolts. I'm sure Nissan says the same thing.
Yes.
I just do a zigzag pattern. I pretty much know them by heart. The unbolt pattern and the torque pattern for the heads. I pretty much know them by heart. I've done so freaking many of them. But I'll take an impact and zap them loose. My 1/2-inch air impact. I had one fucking bolt on this 3.6, and it's on a Dodge Caravan that my impact wouldn't take out. My 1/2-inch air impact would not break it loose. I'm like, what the hell?
I've had that before too.
I put my big ass ratchet on the son of a bitch. I rounded the freaking head. And I'm like, oh no, this is bullshit.
Wait,
I rounded
it's an
the head.
actual head. It's not Allen.
No, it's an actual 15 mil. I rounded the
Huh.
head on it. I rounded the head using a fucking 15 mil chrome snap-on socket. It didn't hurt the socket. The socket's not broken. Nothing's wrong with my socket. It rounded the head. That's how tight the damn thing was. And I was like, fuck, how am I gonna get this bitch out now?
Drill it.
And I pounded one of those twist sockets on it, a 1/2-inch drive twist socket, and I finally broke the son of a bitch loose. But I could not believe how tight that was. I had my long 1/2-inch drive snap-on ratchet, however long it is. It's almost as long as it's about the same length as a torque angle torque wrench.
Yeah, maybe like 22, 24 inches.
It's got to be bigger than 22. It's 24 or 30 inches. And then I put a pipe on it or a piece of fence post. And I just prayed to God that that twist socket wasn't going to break, wasn't going to slip. And all of a sudden it cracked loose and it slowly started to turn loosen up. And I'm like, whoa.
And those are hard as steel. Those freaking
I was like, why was that one so freaking tight?
That is crazy. I've only had that happen once, and ours are like Allen's.
Yeah,
like,
GM uses Allen's on some of them. I think like I haven't done a whole lot of heads on newer GMs, but I know I had to do heads a few times on the 2 inline 4-cylinder. Was it 2 8-liter? The 3 5-liter and the 4.2 liter. They're all inline motors. I think those were all Allen head.
Those are scary, bolts. Bro.
Oh, those love to break on the fucking the 4.2 liter. That's just a son of a bitch of a motor to have to do a head on. Great motor. If nothing goes wrong with it, but somebody cooks the hell out of it, overheats it. Taking the head off one of those is a freaking nightmare.
God damn.
Because the front cover's got to come off, and the genius engineers, they put the front cover's got the oil pump built into it, and the pickup for the oil pump bolts to one of the mains. So you got to get the bolt for the pickup off to get the front cover off. So you got to take the oil pan off. And if it's a 4-wheel drive model, the right side axle shaft goes through the oil pan.
Now,
so you got to pull the axles out. You got to pull the diff out of the way to get the oil pan.
Yeah, forget all that.
Dude, I mean, it's a freaking nightmare.
See, Glow said, wait, today ain't Tuesday, WM.
Which motor is that, How To? Or Anthony, what motor is that on the Blazer? I think
How To, you only had 30 some hours for your whole pay period? The Chevrolet have defective thermostats. Mine stuck open on my newer Blazer after 20K miles. I have no idea. You seen anything, Dave?
I see a lot of failed thermostats on all these cars now. And I will tell you, your best bet is to buy another OE one. Do not go aftermarket. Like the Dodge Pentastars, the 3.6s. They love to set that poor, was it the P128 code? P0128? Coolant temp below operating, whatever.
Ours throws a thermostat function.
Yeah, whatever.
But it's something like that. I think it's the same code, just different name.
I'll tell you what, aftermarket ones, if I use them, I have a high comeback ratio using aftermarket T-stat housing because it's a thermostat that's built into the housing. It's plastic. It's all one unit. But I do suggest going OE. On the 3.6, the 3.6 is throwing a lean code for a rear main on the 3.6. Maybe that's what I saw it on. I know I saw it on a GM. There's a TSB on that, isn't there, Anthony?
Oh, yeah. Anthony would know. Yeah. Am I the only one who gets ads? No, YouTube pushing ads like crazy. They've been doing that, maybe the past 6 months or since the new year or something like that? Guys, I need help, please. I'm trying to diagnose my friend's car with the noise concern. Every time the wheel is turned, there's a click popping on the right side. I think it's a bad joint. Is this while driving, or can you just sit there and make it happen, or do you have to be rolling forward?
First of all, what kind of car is it?
Yeah,
Turbo.
what kind of car? Or axle, but didn't find any craps, ricks, or leaks. It doesn't make the noise when turning the wheel at a still, only when driving, shoving the car's front end.
Even if you don't see anything wrong with the axle boots, it can still be a bad axle shaft. Not
Yeah.
a joint.
I know on our roads the issue is the springs, or was the springs. We don't see many of those anymore.
Or the strut turn plates.
No, it's the springs. That the fix was to replace the springs. I guess the insulators were popping on the mount. What up, Aaron Scott? How you doing, bro?
What is up, Joe?
They do what? They leak from the heads? Yeah. Well, no, it's part being monetized. Either the CV joint, splines, or wheel bearing make popping noise.
On 3.6, Anthony was trying to say that rear main seals are causing lean codes because air's getting sucked through them.
Oh, why is that? Why'd you say? Because of PCV?
Well, yeah, the way the system's set up, fresh air is coming in through the rear main seal and it's causing a lean condition. It happens on Audis and Volkswagens all the time. I'm seeing those like crazy. I'm actually seeing them where I smoke test the car and smoke will eventually come out of the rear main seal.
That's crazy.
There's like a little inspection cover you can pull off and you literally see smoke barreling out of the rear main seal. And it's like, wow, it's not leaking oil, but when that engine's running, it's pulling air in through the rear main seal.
Hey, you said not leaking oil?
Not leaking oil, just pulling air into it.
I watched a video today from someone that talked about something similar to this. I guess it's more common than I thought.
That might have been mine. No, he's probably talking. If he's talking about the lean codes on rear main seals leaking, he's probably talking about Royalty Automotive, because I have a friend that works for Royalty Automotive Service, and I also know the owner of the place. He's also a trainer, and I was shooting the shit with my buddy about that very problem because he says they had like 3 of them in his shop, 3 Audis, 2 Volkswagens, 1 Audi in the shop, all have bad rear mains causing a lean code. I said, you guys should do a video on that one. And they said they were going to do a video. I haven't looked to see if they did a video yet. So if somebody saw a video that's new within a day, last day, there's probably Royalty Automotive.
I don't remember who it was, but the PCV valve looked like this disc sitting on top of the valve cover with a hole. And it wasn't sucking in air from there, but they pulled the cap and you could hear all the vacuum just.
Well, I don't remember. GMs have a setup like that, but so does a Volkswagen. Has a whole assembly that bolts on the top of the valve cover.
Mm-hmm.
Volkswagens and Audis, and you might not hear anything external there, but yeah, you open up that freaking. You open up the what's it called? You open up the oil cap. Oh yeah, you'll hear all kinds of vacuum. But GM also has that same problem.
Man.
Which is on their 4-cylinder models.
Is the PCV valve separate from the valve cover, or is it built in?
On the GMs, it's built in on some of the valve covers, the 4-bangers.
Damn.
On the Volkswagen Audis, it's a serviceable part on the valve.
Baja?
On the VWs and the Audis, it's a serviceable part on the valve cover.
Mm.
But the ones in the Audis go bad, the car runs like real shit. On the GM, it runs shitty, but on the Audi, it runs, or Volkswagen, I mean, it literally falls on its ass. And often it will start sucking oil and smoke like a bitch too. Be burning all kinds of oil.
Wow.
Suck it right into the intake.
If it was a bad CV joint on the axle, wouldn't it make a clicking, popping noise constantly? While turning, yes.
On the right kind of angle of a turn, usually the tighter and the more gas you give it, the louder it gets. And a lot of times going straight, you'll hear nothing.
It might not be it. Like I said, it might not be the CV joint.
There's all kinds of stuff that can cause noise.
Is it turbo? The thing with noises though, when we're trying to diagnose online, man, that is probably the hardest thing to diagnose. We'd have
But yeah,
to
there's so many things that can make noise.
like you'd have to send in a video or something.
We'd have to hear it.
Yeah.
A technician that's extremely experienced 95% of the time hears the noise and he has a pretty damn good idea what's causing it.
Yep.
Just from experience of over the years of chasing down a particular noise and finally coming to the realization of what's causing the noise and then fixing it and it's gone. You just get used to those particular sounds that, oh, that sound, that's usually this. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
you're right about that. Not enough deck surface on the block causes head gasket failures. Oh. So you think you think they're too, I'm gonna say, polished. You think they're too polished and not creating a good seal? I'm assuming is what you're saying.
it wouldn't. I don't think being too smooth or too shiny or anything like that, with the multi-layer gaskets, I still think it's probably they could solve the problem with a better quality gasket.
I'm trying to think how ours are set up because JT talks about it, about theirs having 3 layers.
Yes.
I want to say ours are 2.
Yeah,
2 layers.
The Chryslers are 3 layer, they're multi-layer gaskets. So are most of the GMs. They're usually 3 layers. So I said it's probably they could probably solve it with a gasket.
Man, I shouldn't have thrown.
In fact, you never know. An aftermarket Felpro set might actually be a better gasket than Nissan's OE one. Sometimes Felpro comes up and they know about these aftermarket problems or the OE problems, and they actually attempt to improve upon it with the updated or improved gasket design.
Nothing is better than OE.
I agree with that in most cases.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, but I agree with that in most cases. But I can tell you this much: like the head gasket set I'm using on this 3.6 is a Felpro gasket set, and the actual head gaskets, you probably could get the OE head gaskets, and you wouldn't notice the difference between the two.
I wonder who actually makes them.
Huh?
Like OE. I wonder who actually makes them.
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm saying. Now the valve cover gaskets will be different from Felpro to OE, but the actual head gaskets that I got from Felpro look just like an OE set of head gaskets.
Let's see. Try to see Nissan version
What
1.
causes the wheels shake upon braking at all speeds? Warped front rotors, or excessive run out in your front wheel hubs. Like,
see, Turbo said I checked the wheel by shaking it. I'll check for wheel bearing playing, even spinning the hub or nothing. Does it happen? Okay, so turning, are you applying the brake at all? So I know we get pad clicking, we get axle clicking from the splines, and we're supposed to lube them up and retorque them. There's so many variables. If CGB joints are dry, yeah, lubing the splines alleviates the popping. You're correct, Em. I didn't even know they were supposed to be greased. To an extent.
What's that?
On the splines on the hub bearings, the wheel bearings, and the axles. Yes, on Blazers, we do them all day. Now that makes me not even, because I was thinking about getting a Blazer. It makes me not want to get a Blazer if they're having thermostat issues. What do you think of the Trailblazer, the new Trailblazer? I think it's so funky, not grease lubricated. Try that, Turbo. Try shoving some grease up in there. Replaceable wheel bearing can move back and forth in the knuckle, causing a popping. Yep. A 3.6, yeah. When I replace the CV joint or axle, I coat always. That's what we do too. We coat them all the time, and that's because we know it's a known issue. What I don't get is why it doesn't make that noise when turning the wheel when parked. Because there's no torque applied. Driving it
If
and
you-
turning it wouldn't make. That's probably because there's no torque applied.
Hey, Robert, if you
What up,
have
Baja?
Robert, if you have rotors that have internal bearings that mount up on a spindle, you have warped rotors. If it's a slide-on rotor, you can't always say the rotor's warped if you get a shaking upon braking, because you do also have to make sure that your hub or hub and bearing assembly doesn't have excessive amount of run out in it. I had a car come in my shop that the customer was furious because they said they every 3 months they go to a shop to get brakes done, and they get, because they're shaking upon braking, and they said, "Oh, you need rotors, you need rotors, you need rotors." And they brought me the car, and they're like, "There's no way my rotors only last 3 months or 2 months or 3 weeks." And sure as shit, I said, "Oh, no problem. I'll figure this out." I brought it in my shop, took everything apart, looked at everything was nice and clean. I put a dial indicator on the hub assembly, and I had like, on the right front hub, I had like 12 thousandths of run out, 12 to 18 thousandths of run out within the hub assembly. So it either hit something, it got bent, something happened to it. But I replaced the hub and bearing, replaced the rotors, and handled everything, and they're happy. They've let me know that everything is fixed. It's good to go. But I still can't believe another shop just kept hanging rotors on their car every 2 to 3 months because they get a wicked shake upon braking. I would think after doing it twice, you'd say, "Hey, there's got to be something else going on here."
How do you check the hub for wear? You checking for wear or for run out? Dial
For
indicator.
Run out, dial indicator.
Yep. Want to scan to at STX? That's what's up, Baja. What kind?
A warped spindle, it would be highly unlikely to have a warped spindle. So if you have rotors that contain like an old style, contain regular tapered wheel bearing in it, and they mount up on a spindle, I doubt there's anything wrong with the spindle. It's your rotor that's warped.
Yeah, they put that video out today. Oh, so it was a royalty, right? Old man Jenkins. I couldn't figure it out. They're gonna take it to a mechanic on Monday. Let us know what they say, if they're even correct. Let us know after it's fixed.
My friend Chris must have had his boss do a video on it. Somebody
got
broke
it.
down Royalty Automotive did a video.
They're the ones with the looks like the coat of arms, right? Shield.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're shooting. Who mentioned something about? I'm looking for it. I'm not reading all the comments. Who mentioned something that Royalty Automotive did it?
Oh, I think that was Old Man Jenkins. They put a video out today.
Yeah. They said they're going to. I was actually shooting the shit with one of their employees.
Got a 2011 C300 with only 44,000 miles on it. That's going to be a Mercedes, correct?
C300. If I lived down in Georgia in that area, that's who I'd be working for.
See, it's only having issues when accelerating, specifically at 45. It will have a rumble underneath the car when shifting, and it stops. Is that rear wheel drive? A rumble. Can you get that in the air and make it happen?
So you talking about a Chrysler 300?
I don't know. It's C300. I'm assuming Mercedes. I don't know if that's front wheel drive or rear wheel drive.
It's rear wheel
Michael,
drive.
Give us a little more information. What's going on, Fluffy, and everyone watching? Hopefully, everyone's having a great night.
300 was rear wheel drive. I'm pretty sure.
That would be a 300C, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was rear wheel drive.
What's up, Busted Knuckles?
A rumbling and a sputtering, though. I mean, it sounds like trans-related issues.
Oh, RPM flutter. Yeah, RPM flutter.
It doesn't sound like an issue with the drive shaft or anything.
I think it's torque converter because it has a hard time staying in gear at constant speed. If I set cruise on RPM flutter, It's under warranty, so I have an appointment Friday. Yeah, that could be a transmission issue. Now that I'm reading your full comment, Michael. Putting a tie rod boot big end over the rack requires hands of steel. Putting a tie rod boot big end over the rack requires hands of steel. Don't know you guys. We don't. It's rare. Actually, I'm lying. We have one repair for a recall that will do that. But you're talking about the like the accordion boot, right? On an 01 Outback VDC. Yeah, I've never messed with that old Outback. That would be a thing for Baja. He knows all about them. Noise complaint sounds like that TSB we're having. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. With the axle clicking. Essentials are bad for it. Essentials are real bad. And how you could tell, you'll have it in park, put it in reverse, you'll hear the click, put it in drive, give it a little gas while like kind of power braking, you'll hear it click. And you could just go back and forth, click, click, click.
Doesn't it make like a comment, almost like a snap noise when you go back forward with it?
Yeah.
It's got a particular noise. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Armadas do it too. The Armadas.
Yeah. It's got a particular distinctive noise.
2009 Infinity G35 heater hose in the back of the motor. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And be careful when bleeding that thing. You need. It doesn't have the bleeder screw in the back, which I don't recommend using or bleeding it through there because you'll strip it out. But especially being here in Texas, Glow, vacuum that coolant system. Vacuum fill that coolant system, or it'll take you several heat cycles to get all the air out. Too many openings in the block deck, not enough solid surface for gaskets to adhere to. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Now, Baja sent me a thing. See if I can pull it up. Hope I don't have to read a lot. Oh, I will share this with y'all. If y'all want to check it out, I'll give y'all the link. It's a whole like flyer about it. And then y'all could check that out. Yeah, that might be correct. That's what you meant by deck and nerve deck surface. That's where I was thinking the same to an extent. What causes a wheel to shake upon braking at all speeds? We covered that. Baja, you trying to come on? Let me see. Oh, shit. Baja did share it. Okay. Let me see. Oh, gee. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, invite Joe on. See if he's got some free time.
Joe. He's should.
He's always very, 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 very knowledgeable and interesting to speak about everything.
Oh, damn it. I sent y'all the link to that article. My bad. Coming through. Paste. I didn't realize I did that shit.
Replace struts now getting a squeaking noise when going over bumps. I'd have to say something's not right with what you replaced on the struts.
Could be the strut itself too.
Yeah, it could be the strut itself too.
I've had bad struts
out the box. Does not mean just because a part's new does not mean the part's good. That's become I don't know how much you run into that, Fluffy. That's becoming more and more of a frustrating thing in this industry. Is getting a lot of bad parts brand new.
Imagine, and this is the thing about being a dealer tech. Imagine replacing a part and it being bad, and now guess what? You're doing it under parts warranty, and it sucks. Fluffy, I sent you a link to a sweet article about. Okay, got that. What up, Anthony?
What's up, bro? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I gotta use my broken headset, man.
A little muffled.
I left my headset at work.
Oh shit! Because the rotor hub assembly does that matter. Let me see. Charlene sent it to me also. Email. Did you get the link?
I already saw it.
Yeah,
I got it.
You need a squeeze. You need to squeeze apapas. How do you check for hub wear? Yeah, dial indicator. That's what you were talking about. Check the hub. Check if the hub is wore down.
What's up, Dave? What you doing?
Just chilling. Just got home from work not too long ago.
Yeah, I got home around 6.
I sent you a link, Baja. I got home what, an hour ago? About hour and 15 minutes ago.
I had to put oh man, it was like a 2022 Traverse, I think. It had the customer came in, they said the rear AC wasn't blowing cold. So it was low on Freon for sure. And then I found the rear evap was leaking. So they declined it. So I told the advisor, I was like, well, what's it going to take to get this guy to sell something? Or what's it going to take for you to sell something around here? So we cut the job down by, I think, 2 hours because they said their mechanic could do it for $1,000. But yeah, they cut the hours down and they sold the job. I finished it before I left.
Did y'all see that live stream JT did about it was like a 20-minute live stream where this lady took her mechanic in and they started bitching about something that he left loose.
Oh.
And then he started clowning the mechanic, thinking that was her husband.
Oh.
But she took her mechanic that did water pump and radiator and some other shit to it, and it was still overheating, and he had found the cause. And he's like, "Yeah, some jackass replaced all this stuff, and you didn't need it."
Oh, and it was the mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Robert, I do the regular greasing of the bearings. There isn't abnormal wear on the spindles or bearings or races. There wouldn't be. Actually, hold on.
A question for you, real quick, not to interrupt. When it comes to like measuring devices, say I'm trying Super asked just asked the question, what brand do you recommend for dial indicators? That isn't like micrometers and dial indicators and all that. Isn't like the company that makes pretty good ones at a reasonable price? Isn't it Fowler?
Oh, I have no idea, bro.
I think it's this company, but I will look into that in a minute.
Yeah,
I mean, you can get them off your Snap-on truck. You can get them off your Mack truck, your Macco truck if you ask them to get you one. I'm not saying they'll have one on the truck, but they're all rebrands. I'm trying to think who they're using and rebranding.
You know what? I'm trying to find one with the little wheel on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got one with the wheel on it. I got a couple different ones.
I do the okay. Robert, I don't think there's
Shannon's backing me up on it. It is Fowler.
On the races or the hub itself. You got to check for something that's bent. Still catch season mechanics and new mechanics using anti-seize on slide pins.
That is a major no-no.
Bro, they tried to give me that in parts department the other day, and I said, bro, do not hand this out. I said, yeah, I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure people use it. Some people got a big debate over it. I said, do not hand this out to anybody out there for brake caliper pins.
I'll tell you another thing.
There's two different greases you use or lubricants.
Quick, I'm gonna say another thing that I'm seeing go to shit too. That Permatex, like that purplish color.
I like that stuff.
Do not use that on slide pins either. I'm seeing that stuff coming off powdery, crusty, and seized up like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
I have my best luck using either just plain old brake silica, Silglide, or CRC.
Is CRC black? Is that one black?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they got where I'm at now. They couldn't get the purple stuff. That's what I have always used. But
I was too for years, and all of a sudden it doesn't seem to be working anymore on slide pins. I'm getting the shit in. It's all like dried up and crusty, and I don't know if they have a bad batch or they changed their formula. But the CRC black, full synthetic.
It's like high. Yeah, that's the one we've been getting.
Yeah, that's works very good too.
We have another one too. That's it's nasty though. It's like that 99-cent store gel. It's clear. It almost looks like a paste. I think that's made by like AC Delco or something. I have that too. I don't like it though. It's almost like like Vaseline. If you put it in the microwave, it's nasty.
It's that clear silicone.
Yeah, it's silicone. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah. I don't like it.
And
it's a
isn't
silicone brake
anti-seize?
loop.
Isn't anti-seize? Doesn't it have has like a compound in it, right? Like solids.
Yes, it also will make the rubber swell. I don't think it goes well with rubber.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this was years ago. I used to use that on the 2500s, and we used to see a lot of the same 2500s come back because there was like a contract with a company. So they used to bring them back all the time, and we do breaks on them all the time. And I never saw an issue with them, but yeah, they say don't use anti-seize.
I only know how to do oil changes. I don't know anything about diagnosing stuff. You can learn though. That's why you're here, brother. Learn. I see many YouTube videos showing anti-seize on pins. I shake my head.
Yeah.
We use this stuff's called PBC. It's not anti-seize, but it's for
I like
brakes.
I like that black CRC brake loop. CRC also makes one that they call ultra high temp for ceramic. It's white.
Mm-hmm.
It's white. That works well. And as Tarek mentioned, just to give you a heads up, there is two different ones. The purple ceramic shit is for the pads by Permatex. The new blue shit you won't have a problem with. But I've noticed that most of my parts stores no longer are carrying the Permatex stuff, that most of them just carry the CRC now. I haven't seen the Permatex in my local parts stores now in a while, so I don't know what that's all about.
See, a lot of stuff we get is I wouldn't know who makes it because we get Nissan, shit that's labeled Nissan.
Well, I know who makes your freaking gray RTV. It's the same people that make freaking Chrysler's gray RTV and Fords, and
I love that shit.
I'm trying to remember what the shit's called in the company that actually makes it, but
GM.
I can tell if somebody's been in the damn if somebody's resealed something that didn't use Nissan silicone. That silicone, because it's like a light gray.
It's a light gray and it's very hard. I mean, it's strong. It's strong.
No, I'm talking about the
color
bond or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but it's very strong too.
I don't know.
The one that's strong, I don't know if you've seen it, is the stuff that we're having. So which is crazy. All GM stuff comes with gray silicone from the factory. Even the new even the 24s, they all come with gray stuff. But when we do warranty repair for oil leaks, we have to use it's like this big ass can. It's used as a cleaner and an adhesive. So we clean everything up best we can, get it all ready, prep. Then I just use a rag, dump it, put it on the block, wipe it down, wipe the oil pan. And then we have to use a new black silicone. And man, when trying to get that stuff off afterwards, it's horrible. Like it just doesn't come off.
I wonder what that shit's made out of.
I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, it doesn't work because it still leaks.
I guess it doesn't matter.
But
I'll tell you,
I'm gonna send it through
Chrysler silicone, man. Try to get a Chrysler oil pan off that's been silicone without ruining it. If it's a steel oil pan.
Most of our oil pans now
they're like glued on like iron, man.
Dude, this head gaskets I did. One of the other master techs did a front timing cover reseal, and I regret doing it after him because I could not get that fucking cover off. But I feel like somebody else has been in that engine because it had that light gray shit on the rear cover where it seals up to the block itself. That shit was easy to come off once I got there. But going in a few months after he did was a pain in the ass. I thought I was gonna break that front cover. I was so damn scared.
I just took off I think it's like a 2015 maybe, a Jeep, and I replaced the lower oil pan. I couldn't get the lower oil pan off, and it sucks too because it's an aluminum one.
The steel ones scare me because they get all bent up and shit.
Oh, bro. When I worked on the diesels, the 2500s, so the 6.6 has a lower oil pan and an upper oil pan. The lower oil pan is it's steel. Bro, I used to mangle that thing. You know what I used to do? We used to just take a pair of either vice grips or a crescent wrench and just bend it back, silicone, put the
I
thing back.
bang it. I bang it flat.
I never did that. There was
I
a
bang
guy-
it back flat, bro.
Nah.
The best I could.
I would just take
I know
the
that
crescent
silicone's
wrench.
gonna seal it up, but damn.
Yeah, but I would still make it straight. I'd take the crescent wrench, straighten it all up.
And I'm
go from there.
precise with it too. I'll lay it on a flat surface and look for light. And if I see light, I'll get a punch.
Oh,
Ding 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 ding. ding.
yeah, I never.
I've
I
been
never
battling
had
this for
only-
like 3 months. I've done pads and greased the bearings like 5 times. I was hoping wasn't the rotor because I got to buy the whole assembly.
So he's having a vibration.
Damn.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, while braking. What it do, Fluff, is 500 about right for a rear main seal on a 2003 GMC pickup. That sounds about right because it's not as labor intensive on those rear wheel drives. Like,
500. That's cheap.
yeah. What up?
Hold on,
What up,
guys.
Baja?
What's up, Baja?
I don't got my studio here, so how's the
That's
audio?
right. I forgot. Baja's out of
The
town.
audio sounds great, bro. What are
Sounds
you
good.
on?
I forgot he's out of town for freaking training.
I got some software that makes my voice sound sexy.
Ah, this guy.
Yeah, you should look into it. It's called Crisp, and it does a really good job knocking out background noise, and it takes the averaging oscillations of your vocal cords, and it does AI stuff in the background. It makes everything sound great.
Are you on PC right now? Or you're on your phone?
No, I'm just on my mobile laptop. It's a MacBook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you sound great, bro. You sound like
Well, you
real
know how Steve
clear.
Jobs, he likes to keep all his audio sexy.
Yeah, Royalty Auto Service put that video out, showed the smoke coming out of the
They
ring.
said they were going to because we were shooting the shit about it. I was shooting the shit about it with one of their employees I used to work with. He used to work with me here, and he relocated down there.
So I got some toys. We got the Jarhead Mini Bob.
Oh. Was that free too?
No, it just showed up just in time, so I brought it here to the show to show to people.
Oh, nice. Is there a way to dude, you freaking scared me when you used your blowtorch to open up the that thermal camera. I was like, and then the different connectors you put flame to it. I was like, oh no. Oh wait, those are the overseas connectors, the plugs.
That's all that generic stuff. Oh yeah, that guy threw. He's like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "It's getting attention." So I didn't care if I broke it. You gave it to me.
That is cool.
So what's that thing you got from Jarhead?
It's a Mini Bob. You just get a quick
What
4-pin
pins is it?
output of power, ground, and low and high can.
So it's power ground, low and high speed can.
Yeah, I messaged him back and I said I'd like to see a 5th pin for at least K-line.
Dude, I have not used a freaking breakout in forever. I don't even know where ours is.
Yeah,
I
I
have
use a breakout box at least 5 times a month.
I have a
Damn.
Power Probe one I use.
Is that
And they're so
your
simple to use.
I got the Power Probe one, but it uses those 2mm jack holes, and I like using my 4mm banana plugs.
That's
The
the only
banana
problem with
plugs
the
are
Power
great.
Probe one is the 2mm jacks.
Yeah, it should have come with adapters though.
What is that for? Is that for like to check your high speed and all that?
Checking voltages and signals and yeah, basically.
Yeah, so if you got some sort of anomalies in a car and you don't have any codes, like I put up a video last week where a guy had a drivability issue, he had a no start issue, and there was nothing in the computer for codes. Everything looked normal, but obviously this car was just not wanting to start every once in a while, and if you got wide open throttle, it would just throw a hissy fit and go into low power mode, and you'd have to limp it to the shop. So when I've learned that when I get to that situation, okay, let's just scope the network and see what my network looks like. and it was pure hot trash. My network was getting pulled down a whole volt, and a lot of my packets looked like they went through a meat grinder. And what I found out was that he had. In the video I show how I got to this point because it took me about an hour and a half, but I eventually found LEDs in the tail lamps. And while
I
the tail
remember that
lamps
video.
are getting a hot shot of voltage straight from the battery, the ECM, the TCM, the brake control module, and another module, they all look for voltage drop on that line. So because they weren't seeing it, there was just some coding translation in the matrix world of these computers, and it was just sending out bad data packets. So because there was bad data packets, the car literally thought that the customer was stepping on the brake pedal like 100 times a second, because LEDs technically have like a flicker to them. They're not always on.
Wow. See, I think what you're doing with that, we have a I want to say it's similar, or so if yeah, I would say it's similar. So we have a program. We use our MDI2 hooked up to the DLC, but we have a program that reads all of the high speed, the low speed. It reads all the modules. It reads. You can see the waveform. You could see everything. Power, ground. It's good for like if you lose comm with the module, or you just lose it here and there. We can drive around with that program running.
That's
and
sweet.
It'll show us, oh, boom, there you just lost communication, and it'll show you the voltage. It'll show you everything. It'll show you if it stops communicating for whatever reason, and it records. You're basically recording, your stuff.
Yeah, that's a nice deep scanner.
Since I have you readily available, I did scan a car real quick before I left, and the customer dropped it off today. They said that the vehicle runs like, how do they explain it? It said it runs a little choppy every once in a while. Seems to lack a touch of power every once in a while, but it only does it once in a while. And I drove it around, and the thing ran like a charm. It is a 2017 Subaru Legacy with a V6 in it. What is that, 3.6 liter?
Yeah.
And I just did a quick code scan before I left, just out of curiosity. See, the check engine light is not on, but there's a code stored in history, a P000B. I think it had something to do with the exhaust, camshaft, slow response, or some shit like that.
Yeah, let me look it up.
But I will tell you this. I did do one other check, but then I said, no, I'm going to get out of here, because I said to Fluff, I'll be online tonight. Otherwise, I'd still be there playing with it.
Oh, blame me.
No, I'd be there playing with it because my mind starts going wild.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I pulled the oil dipstick, and oil was barely touching the dipstick. So I started adding oil to it. I believe the cracked viscosity was 5W30, if I remember what it said on the oil cap. I added oil to it, and I put a touch over a quart of oil in it to get it up to in the safe range. I just know with camshafts and variable valve timing, shit like that.
What was it called? A P001B?
P000B, I believe.
Well, that's a new one to me. There it is.
I have not seen that yet either.
Camshaft position, slow response. Yeah. So basically,
I think it was. Exhaust.
Yeah. So it's running on what you nailed it. It's got low oil pressure on the phaser, supplied by the oil control solenoid.
The customer did say it only happens once in a while. And another thing, because I got to have a little talk with this customer, according to their oil sticker, it's been 12,500 miles since their last oil change.
Jesus Christ.
So
I
did top it with oil, but it never acted up on me. I felt as though the car ran fine. But
yeah, so basically
and that's basically what my diagnostic is going to be for now. I think tomorrow I'm going to basically write up like must start with the oil change.
Yeah,
fresh oil in there and a new
and if it's got
filter.
a lot of miles on it, you might have to do one of those like oil cleaning services where you put seafoam in the crank
Yeah.
and just blow out the viscosity of the oil and clean out the sludge.
Golly.
You know what that sounds like, Dave? Is the same thing with Chevys. With the oil control valve for the phasers and all that. They're usually like that. You know, they get sometimes they tell us to pull them out, see if there's any debris on them. But a lot of times it's because people don't their oil's either low or they go too long on an oil
Well,
change.
I know on like a 2.4 Ecotech, Anthony, if you pull out the phasers and you see metal shavings on it, it's because the chain is rubbing the freaking 10mm bolt on a fucking guide that's probably broken.
Oh, what the hell?
I would like to
I
also.
mean, I already know that's where all the metal
suggestion
shavings come because then when I take it apart, or the plastic guide at the top of the chain, the plastic's not even there anymore and it's rubbing right across metal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's another repair suggestion for that Legacy. When you do the oil change, cut the old filter open, see how clogged it is. It might be running in bypass mode at this point. And when you do the oil change, drive around the block a couple of times and then change that filter again and cut it open and see how much sludge it caught. Now, I had a guy who drove a car for 30,000 miles and I had to do 4 filters before that filter looked clean.
Wow.
It was nasty.
When I read up on it, Joe, that was the first thing I checked the oil and I read up on it real quick. And I'm sure the Mitchell explanation is not nearly as good, or all data is probably not quite as good as what you have, OE.
You get a direct copy of what we have. The only thing that
I just thought to myself, I said, most likely this is because they have not changed their oil and it was low.
Yeah, I got the Mitchell version pulled up, and I have not the all data.
That's the first time I've seen that code on a Subaru come in my shop. Not that I have a shit ton of Subarus come in my shop, but I have enough.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll see it all. The 6-cylinder is stout enough that it can power through a lot of things, and you'll never see a problem. I once had a customer drive on 5 injectors and didn't know it. Like, I just brought it into the shop for a routine oil change. He had like 200,000 miles on it. And I told him, I was like, does this thing ever idle kind of weird? And he was like, maybe. I don't know why. And I was like, give me 10 minutes. And he's like, something's not right. I drive enough of these cars. I can feel it. Something ain't right. And yeah, he had a pooping out injector, and I showed him. I was like, look, I says, you see how I'm unplugging this thing? It barely makes a difference. He's like, yeah. And I was like, that's bad. Let me unplug another one. And then the car shut off. I'm like, that's what it should do.
Oh man.
I was like, but that flat six.
How
is
do
so
customers not
balanced.
realize
I gotta
this
talk to this
sometimes?
customer. I mean, I'm assuming the oil sticker is the last oil sticker in the car. The car is immaculate. It's immaculate. The car is clean as a whistle inside and out. I mean, there's not any dirt. There's nothing in her car.
Got me a tumbler.
Yeah, this woman's car's got no dirt in it at all. I mean, this car looked like it just got detailed in the interior. That's how well kept the car is on the inside.
TOPDON was throwing these in the crowd today.
Oh, nice. Did they tell you anything about the thermal imager?
Oh, that guy's not here. I'm sure the guy I'm talking to is in China.
Oh, okay.
I probably got the same Chinese contact you do.
I'm assuming by the overall appearance of this woman's vehicle, though, that Subaru, that sticker that's in it,
it's like
is
all tells
an
handing
accurate
these out.
sticker.
Who invited you out there?
SAE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just have like a national open comp. And so all the reports that I was sending to Subaru, I just copy and paste and send it to them. Sometimes I win some door prizes, but he's like, yeah, hey, like nobody in your area has been doing this, and we have an opportunity. You want to go? So I got a full like $4,000 sponsored package to come hang out here this weekend.
So you got your own room and everything. You're not like roomed with anybody.
No, they gave me a king suite, and we're at this huge resort that
I thought maybe you got lucky and they roomed you with Mr. Subaru.
No, that dude couldn't afford this place. Like this is like a $4,000.
I was say, if they roomed you with Mr. Subaru tomorrow morning when the sun rises, Do me a favor, record him cutting the grass.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
so many people give him shit, man. He made so many enemies on the internet.
I hope
He's not
he
even
wasn't
on
watching
YouTube
this,
anymore.
Fluff. It's my bad.
Is he not
I-
on YouTube?
you know,
I thought he was.
Do not hold this against Fluffy. He
I'm
has nothing to do with
surprised
it.
he has not swept across the channel, as far as I know.
I'm sure he has, but
No, for like I tried to figure out what this whole lawnmower man thing was about, and I spent about 5 hours looking into it because it started with JDTco going on a big rant
JDT tears him up.
because the two of them butted heads at a tool show, and JDTco had him on a camera, and I guess the Subaru guy was saying something. It didn't pick it up too well, but all you hear is the JDTco guy he's like, "We don't need any failed tool dealers here. Go back to cutting your grass."
Oh, wow.
And then like the war started.
So he was
Robert-
a food truck guy for a while, or
He was a Snap-on dealer. He started as a Subaru tech, then he went to a Snap-on dealer, and now he's independent, and he does repairs on heavy-duty vehicle. He'll repair like farm equipment, anything that rolls up. He puts up videos every once in a while
Well,
on YouTube.
he actually works for. I think he actually works for the government now. It works for Department of Forestry.
But it's
In
about
North
the only
Carolina.
content that I
In
see
North
him
Carolina, he
is
works for Department of
he'll
Forestry.
he'll just make these put down videos on people like bragging about a tool that they got. Like somebody's all excited, they spent a couple $100 on wrenches, and then he'll just make this insult video that says like, "Hey man, you could have got it on Alibaba for $100. It's just to rebrand this." I'm like, dude, the guy wanted to buy it off a truck. He wants to support his truck guy. You were a
Yeah.
tool dealer and you failed because people went to a different avenue to go buy tools.
yeah.
So like,
I don't know. I seen his videos, and I just the first like maybe 3 or 4, I'm like, man, I don't like this guy for whatever reason. And I just and then like after that, like I would always his stuff would pop up, and I'm like, man, I really don't like this guy. And I'm like, I don't know why. Like it's just his videos are just like you said, like it's just I don't know. It's just weird.
yeah, I just don't like the condescending approach. I'm sure people out there love getting on that bandwagon of bashing people, but I was like, that's not my
Because
character.
the negativity sells, and that's what it is. He gets the most attention off of bashing somebody else.
Well,
Which I've learned if
Well,
you make a bad video or talking,
the reason he's got some enemies out there though is because I mean I don't know how to say this right. I guess I can say it only one way. From everybody I know that's met him in person, he's quite the arrogant son of a bitch. He's not a very personable guy. He's kind of the type of guy, I think, for the most part, he's mostly just like one man. He's more of the type of guy that likes to keep to himself.
Like
even
a
though,
narcissist.
even though he's on YouTube making all these videos and all that stuff, he's not the guy that goes out on a Friday night or whatever.
Yeah.
Goes out and hangs out with 4 or 5 of his buddies or bowls once a week or any of that stuff. He's just kind of that quiet guy. I guess he's just not real personable.
Robert, the only way to tell from side to side is just most likely measuring the run out of the rotors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock out some of these comments real quick, guys. How to Ram 3500 replace struts now getting squeaking noise as probably the struts themselves. Bottom line, I can hang out for a minute. Teacher, what's going on, Jardy? What brand do you recommend? What was that brand that you had said? I don't know. I super missed it.
The dial indicator.
Yeah, the dial indicators. Dave.
What?
The dial indicators. What was that brand again?
Fowler, I believe, is
Fowler,
the brand.
Fowler.
I think that's who. Like, if you get one from Snap-on or Matco or Mac, there's a good chance.
Oh,
that's a
don't mention Matco, bro. Come on now.
No, that's a good chance it's a rebrand made by Fowler. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's just not probably. It's definitely rebrand.
Mexican American tool company.
It's a rebrand. It's a rebrand by Fowler with most of the tool companies.
Hey, ooh,
Oh, that's bad. I like that.
mean, I'm not guaranteeing I'm correct on the fact
Got
that
some
it's
goodies
power,
out
but
there.
Yeah, that's from Bob Warner.
Or Warner. Man, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Dude, I'm spending half the day with them.
The last thing I
Nice.
ever bought from them was a OptiSpark distributor cap for an LT1.
Borg
What brand
Warner's
do you-
right
oh,
here.
right there.
Borg Warner's
So,
station
they're
right here in
Nissan beans.
Michigan, aren't they?
Terry, I'm not a hater. You never asked. I mean, I'm willing. I'm willing if you want. 2016 Ford Focus ST replace all shocks. Struts new OEM. Rides feels smooth, but over bumps feels bouncy. Feels bouncy.
No, but I will say if anybody is interested in going to one of these conventions, they call it STX. They hold it every 2 years. If your store sells WTI CarQuest car parts, you can get like, I think it's $1 for every $100 for the parts you buy. You can put that towards a trip out here. And they have this in just 4 days. They have over 600 classes you can attend.
Damn.
Everything from reception work to finance, business management, diagnostics. They got a body shop, so they got cars that they're ripping apart in the convention center.
Old man, this is gonna sound a little dumb, but did you do an alignment? Like, does it feel bouncy up and down, or does it feel like it's swaying, or what? Sup, GMM? Super Fowler makes some good stuff for price. Hey, Garage, Fowler makes good shit. What was that? What was that, Supra? I don't know what that was.
Well, he said he put struts on that were non-OEM, right?
He said
I think
OEM.
he said they were OEM.
Yeah.
Or they were OEM.
Struts OEM. Ride feels smooth, but over bumps at highway speeds, car feels bouncy. I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, you could have
Doesn't
got
mean that they're good.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you could have got them bad out the box.
You know, another thing too
Strut
is
makes all some good shit.
if
Dude,
you're not
could be the. Sorry, I keep stepping on you because there's a delay. Go ahead.
I mean, it could be too. I mean, people are. I mean, I don't know if they're mechanics, but I mean, they could not be tightening their stuff down. They could be tightening their struts before they set the car down. You know what I mean? There's a couple of things you could kind of do wrong doing struts.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the style of the strut.
Yeah.
There's a classic mistake too. If you got a McPherson strut, which is where you got the strut built inside the coil, okay, where people will bolt up the camber bolt first before they put the strut mount to the body. And you're supposed to go from the frame. You're supposed to torque and tighten your frame bolts first from the strut mount, and then you connect it to the then you put in your eccentric bolt and your camber bolt.
If only ours are adjustable.
Yeah, I would say ours are not very adjustable either. We hardly ever even mess with them.
Yeah. Yes, Fowler is good. What up, Peter? Super Lube.
Let me. I will comment on where to get some really good measurement tools because that was something you were talking about a while ago.
Oh yeah.
I started with Fowler and Easy Re tools because they're cheap Amazon stuff that you can get bang for your buck. But if you want to go get some shit hot tools like Starrett or Matoyo, bro, there is always used gauges out there on that OfferUp website. Because there's guys who get into like machine work and they never use them. They never fucking use them. And I have found brand new gauges like still in like the wooden oak box, never touched.
Check the control. Let us know on Friday what you find, old man. I wasn't aware of blue. Me either. Right?
I think I was telling you before about how man. I wish. Well, now I'm hoping we at least. I don't know, the shop where I'm probably going to be going, I hope they have somebody fucking that knows how to use a pico scope, bro, because I asked somebody how to use one, if they would help me, and they were just like, what's wrong with the car? And I told them, and they're like, oh, just replace it. And I'm like,
hate that.
Like, bro,
I want to understand what's going on.
Like, that's not why I'm asking. I'm almost 100% sure I know what's wrong with it, but I want to go buy the bulletin and actually use the fucking scope and learn how to at least use it for just that.
Well, see, do you have an Android phone or an Android tablet?
Well, my scanner, I have my Think tool.
Okay, and will it let you sideload apps on it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Then I would recommend you go to a website called Martin Laurel. Let me post it in chat. But you're gonna sideload a app called Hscope. Martin Lauren, that's him.
Step away. I apologize. It's a Mercedes C300. That was the one you were.
Links in chat.
That was the one that was shaking at or fluttering at 45, right? I'm proud of myself. I figured that out. Mercedes. The green permatex synthetic brake grease. I'll have to check out the blue Loctite 518 anaerobic sealer. Works great. Anaerobic old school. I like it for water pumps on older vehicles. Shit, I use our RTV for everything, even my own builds at my house.
Yeah, same.
You're doing after show. I have no idea yet. The old lady has to go to bed early tonight, so I don't know. GM.
I don't see it, Baja.
Yeah, it's because I got my Google Chrome messed up here.
That's what's up, John. Keep doing that.
Yeah,
that's the least expensive, most important maintenance item ever.
Yeah, and at the shop too, man, we have the GM. I mean, it's obviously not GM's, but it's like their whole setup, and it's a picoscope, and I think it has like everything. I mean, it's like a big ass suitcase. And I was like, bro, I just want to know how to use it for this. I just want to know.
Have you ever used an oscilloscope?
No.
Sorry, me?
No, Anthony.
We got we got a 4-channel picoscope at our shop. It's not the newest one that has whether it was called the Smart BNC or whatever.
We just got one.
I've just never had to use it. Even at my old shop, I think
we
I
have
only
the original
used it
4-channel automotive picoscope. We have a Snap-on Zeus with the 4-channel, and then I have my own Snap-on Vantage Ultra 2-channel.
We lost Baja.
I scared him away. No, it's all my fault.
Supra, God, are you sure that that sprocket ain't locked up, bro? Damn. See, what up, everybody? What I missed? Oh, you missed a whole bunch. Harbor Area Tech. What's going on, brother? Hey, one of these days we got to get you on, bro. Subaru also makes lawnmowers and such. Don't care much for whole lawnmower deal is the fact that Mr. Subaru owns land clearing businesses. That's how the lawn. Oh, I was between two different people that they could be talking about, and Mr. Subaru was on it. I'll leave the other one unnamed. Yeah. JD Tico doesn't like him because he talks shit to Chris Fix. Chris Fix, I seen that. I realized that Chris Fix and JD Tico are friends.
There's quite a few people I know, like Rich will tell you. You know what I'm talking about. Ford boss.
Yeah.
Rich will tell you. Nick from JD Tico will tell you.
There you go. It's in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple others I can mention. There's no point in getting into them all. I'll tell you that, they've run into Mr. Subaru, and he's just not a very sociable guy. He almost walks around like his shit don't stink, and he's better than everybody else. And
is that because of the following he has, the large following, or is this something that developed over time?
You can have a large following. Why would you have to be a complete dick to freaking Nick from Jersey Discount Tools? Why would you have to be a dick to, other
what I'm
YouTubers
saying is
to have a large following also? I mean,
ended up with that big head.
I guess a lot of the tool vendors, when he goes to the tool shows, they don't even like dealing with him. They don't even want to talk to him.
No, you pissed off Chad.
I can't pass a whole lot of judgment because I've never associated with the guy. I've never commented on his videos. I've never, there's been no interaction with him. So, but I mean,
basically,
I
what I've
do
been
agree.
told,
He comes off a little.
basically what I've been told, he's not open to any conversation. He's right, you're wrong, and that's all there is to it. He knows more than you. He's right, you're wrong. That's all there is to it.
I enjoy some of Mr. Subaru's. I've seen different tools on his channel. I mean, he has some good information, but
He commented on one.
There's a way of coming. There's a way to come about certain things.
Yeah, the one time he made a comment, he just went on an RBRT rant.
He don't bowl. What are you trying to say? I bowl. I put my fingers in 3 holes and throw balls down the lane. Hey, hold up. Wait, what? Fred Flintstone that thing. Pretty shiny. What's going on, Mark? The link I posted was for Fowler dial indicators. Has vice grips. Nice. I'm gonna have to check into that. So Shannon, aside from a bypass system, what is the best brand oil filter? What do y'all think? Didn't we talk about that on the stream?
I don't know. I don't know what he means by bypass system.
Oil filter bypass. It coming out of the oil cooler line or something like that, or on top, like on the diesels, they add a secondary oil filter in, and that to give it extra filtration.
Well, I understand that, but I never considered that like bypassing. It's adding a second filter to the system.
Hey guys, what I missed? Frank the Tank, my twin. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see the resemblance?
Is that a 2-channel picoscope, Baja?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a pico, but it is a 2-channel scope, and it does 25 million samples a second.
Central is another gauge to check out. Good oil filter.
Oh, Mr. Lauren, my favorite Android oscilloscope software provider.
I like OEM too. Y'all seen that video I did on the oil filters, on the difference of the O-rings or the square cut seals? How Nissan has a different style.
I saw that, but I didn't know what you were talking about. Like, I think I was driving when I was looking at it.
Nissan, you know how you get aftermarket filters and they're like, what the hell? That thing is split to shit.
That's what his scope looks like on an Android.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
And this tablet right here. This is a Panasonic Toughbook tablet. It's a FZ-A2. You buy them used on eBay for $100. They're about 7 years old. UPS had them for doing deliveries, but this is the perfect Android tablet for the garage because it's got USB-C and USB 3.0.
How much is it?
$100.
Oh my God, you're worse than the Snap-on truck.
There was,
but don't worry, it will run on your launch. Look at that.
It runs on your launch, so don't worry about that.
How?
We had
what's it called? A tough
$100. $100, man. That's like freaking 2 weeks of work for a technician.
That's like 3 Snap-on sockets.
I know, Jesus.
What'd you say it was? A tough book what?
3. It's 2 Snap-on sockets.
Let me put it in private.
What sockets you're talking about?
No, what he did is there was a niche.
I got so mad the other day. I went through my box and everything that said Taiwan on it, I threw out.
Ain't nobody scoping my Pico. Oh, whoa.
So see, what Martin did is there's a bunch of people like me that were going, God damn it, I want a hand tack scope, but I can't. They have no Android software. So he turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to make one. And if there's a test that doesn't exist, you just send him an email, tell him what you're testing and stuff like that, and he'll design the test for you. He'll email it, tell you he added to you. Go install this patch file and done deal. He's awesome. He's
$130. Wow.
There was another tablet. I don't remember what it was, but my buddy had one, and before they merged our programming stuff into what's TechLine Connect now,
folks.
My buddy used to have a little tablet, and that's what he used to use. We had all of our programs on there, and it was like $100. It was like a little laptop. It was pretty cool.
Well, your launch, you can install it on your launch. I've got it installed on my
filter.
launch, so I can use my 8-channel that I got. Like it's nice software. It's very nice software.
What up,
It
bro?
is.
And it's affordable.
I bought that tough tablet, one, because it looks fucking cool, and two, because I wanted to run my PID data at the same time with my scan tool, so I didn't want to lose the capability of my scan tool.
Yeah.
And not a lot of these Altels on the lower tier spectrum, they don't like running dual apps. Like they'll just
We do
crash
look
all
alike.
day.
What at work, Baja? Do you guys use like laptops, or do you guys have computers? Like,
Yeah, we have the manufacturer supplied laptop.
oh, okay, yeah.
What are y'all on, the FZ55?
Let me check.
I think we use the same one.
I
No
like
one here in any state.
how
You're right.
Dodge they you can run off the cloud on an Android or an iPhone.
Which one is that? The FZ?
FZ55.
I think it's a ball. Is it touch? Is that one touch?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, ours are touch
You
too.
have
I
your
don't
own?
know what they are though.
Oh,
Super drivers are entitled to. Hey, whoa.
Yeah, you can be a high baller and you can buy your own.
I have a generic. Generic.
you can also get the.
But
You can
I
also,
can't.
if you want, you can also get their Windows 10 Windows 10 version of it too for like I think it's only $80 more than you have Windows accessibility. But yeah,
maybe
having the second tablet or second screen is always the
We're-
ball.
we're starting to have vehicles coming out that can only use Consult 4. So if that once we get enough, then I'll have to invest in the FZ55. I'll have no choice.
Yeah,
It'll pretty much render my Consult useless.
I found that one on eBay for $400, and it just needed a hard drive, so it cost me another $50.
That's what I was telling Fluffy. You can
$50.
pick them up. Pick 'em up.
Now you're talking
There's
medical price.
military surplus like crazy right now because the U.S. military and Canadian
Well,
military moved back to Greta.
So
moved
here's the
back to
thing.
Greta. They're not got rid of all their Panasonic.
I don't know if this is true, but in order for us to get Consult 4 onto a tough book, we have to purchase it from Nissan. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know how you guys afford this $100 stuff and $50 stuff. Those are tool truck prices. If I get the stuff at
I love their rubber bandy transmissions. What up, CP?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Like I
brother?
said, the Nissan dealership out here, they got all theirs from a surplus supplier in Vancouver, and they told me all it has to do it just has to have the security chipset that the Panasonic has. Like when you load the software, it looks for that serial number, and if that serial number matches the Panasonic, bam, you're laughing.
Yeah,
It's
and
weird.
the only way I tested mine was these hard drives. They're removable because they're tough books. You can slide them out, slide them in. So I slid one out of the dealership one. I put it in mine. I says, "Yep, it passes. Let's go ahead and get it programmed."
You are the blue collar workers who are underappreciated.
You know, like about the old the hot swap. I used to have a Lenovo that had hot swap hard drive. I could keep my all data on one hard drive, and then have my other information to swap them out while I'm using the machine.
No, we
It's like
had
2 Mac sockets.
I had one of my techs before I left. He was all bragging. He's like, "Hey, I found some knockoff Snap-on tools," and he found a Caterpillar dealer. And he came back, and I'm like, "Dude, these look like Snap-on sockets, but they just say Caterpillar on them."
Yeah. Snap-on
They're
to
not-
make
they're not-
Oh, yeah,
They're
bro.
not knockoff. They're not knockoff.
That rotates your tires.
Yeah, they make John Deere
Can't
tools.
has a contract with Snap-on and Jet Tools and Tiger Tools to manufacture all their tech tools. And if you're a cat tech working for Caterpillar, you get a discount on them. But
Back
they
in the,
are Snap-on tools. They are actually Snap-on tools. They say Snap-on on them, or
Back
they'll say
in the 90s, they had the split beam torque wrenches, and we used to go to buy the split beam torque wrenches that were Snap-on or Precision back from them because they were $250 cheaper.
Damn.
But that's not
Super,
all-
that would be awesome, bro. I think you'll do good with Nissan.
Hey, Fluffy,
What's that?
just to make you happy, I know you'll never be able to see this.
What's that?
What's that
It's an
too?
extractor. There's a little 6 mil bolt screw here that snapped
Oh, yeah.
off the thermostat housing. But
Yeah,
it does say right here, I know they didn't make it.
Ah, that just means it was made in Mexico, bro. That's all.
Bro, there's Snap-on. There's a Snap-on.
That's what I thought, Super.
It's Matco.
Snap-on's extractor set looks like the same one on Amazon for like $20.
They're most likely made by everyone. Or they probably aren't now, but they were if it's an older one.
No, they're
What up,
extractors,
Kevin?
they're drill bits, and they're taps and dies. I don't know why. Supposedly it's coming out of their own factories. They're gonna start. They got their own tooling going on. They're gonna be making their own drill bits, their taps, their dies, and extractors. I don't know why they wouldn't just go to a
Snap-on or Matco?
Snap-on. I don't know why they wouldn't just.
Yeah,
They lost their contract with.
They expanded in Elizabeth.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised they went that far. Why wouldn't they just go to somebody like
because there's no good manufacturer and they would have been overseas.
No. What's Turner? What's the manufacturer of the drill bits that we both like?
Viking. Norseman.
Viking.
Norseman.
Norseman.
Yeah, they're all made out of
Surprised they didn't go to
Minnesota.
them and say, "Hey, will you make this shit for us?" Since Irwin's basically telling them to go to hell.
Because they didn't want to give Snap-on the price that they wanted.
Did you guys hear about that Altel lawsuit that Snap-on won?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
$33.9 million.
Baja's the one that told me about that.
Yeah.
You remember
I'm
I had
sure.
mentioned it. If y'all
Yeah,
heard
and
about that.
I
Told everyone, don't update your tools. You'll lose features.
Actually, it's just gonna lose the code search information. That's all it's losing.
Really?
Because
Smart Diagnostics add something else.
Yeah, Smart Diagnostics and that,
No, but
and
there's one other thing.
guided diagnostics. The guided diagnostics they're losing.
Ah,
But
I don't
apparently
need
they
that.
have their own solution figured out for it.
But isn't that what Harbor Freight just brought? Who makes Harbor Freight's new scanner?
Launch.
So they're safe there. I was thinking,
Yeah,
there's
they're
Altel.
safe.
Harbor Freight just
Altel's been suffering for the last couple of years. They got beat up on the what is it, the immobilizer stuff. Altel is not in good shape. They pushed the envelope for what they were doing, bootlegging all the stuff they were doing, and they finally got burned really good. You notice they haven't really been. They haven't been really out in the public eye very much.
Well, that Snap-on lawsuit was Altel made up for the one they got. They
What
got
are you
their ass
talking about?
kicked by
They just
Milwaukee.
handed me this today here at this convention. They're here.
They might be there at the convention, but they're not doing anything great in the eye of diagnostics. Like Launch and a lot of other companies are pulling ahead of them as far as innovation, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
launch.
Yeah, okay.
Altel's whole setback, I think, with their scanners, it's not their software. It's not. I don't give a shit if they steal it. I'm not going to discuss that end of it. Their tablets are junk compared to say Launch.
Hey, Fluffy, I had to take I took some NISSAN training today.
Did
Dude, your guys' way of reading fuel is stupid.
No, it's easy.
I was like, I have to learn a whole new vocabulary because you're like base fuel schedule, air fuel alpha.
AF, check your AF alphas. What are they telling you? AF alphas, 100% good. 109 good.
After the
91,
guy talked
good.
to us for about 30 minutes about it, he's like, and here's an index card with a cheat sheet on it. Just he's like, just
I was asking Fluff about that one day about a car. I was asking Fluffy about that shit one day on a car. I was actually, where was I? At the dentist or a doctor? And the other tech in my shop.
Yeah, something like that. Dennis.
And I'm going back and forth. I'm like, he says it's not on the scanner. Well, I got back. All that shit was on the scanner. He just didn't know what the hell. He was totally lost by that. What Fluffy told me, shit was right where it's supposed to be. And
But Nissan doesn't have any cam or crank data.
It was like, what was it? Fuel injector pulse width is B fuel schedule.
Yeah.
Nissan's cam and cranks don't usually go over that long. They don't need the sensor or data on them.
There's no sync data. There's no correlation data. No time data. They say
They don't
I
want
literally
you
had
to have any of that unless you have
oscilloscope
the
up to
factory
that thing.
scan tool. That's the whole
Not even
point.
with the factory scan.
Oh, they don't even have with the factory scan tool?
What we got, we have a crank correlation. We got all we care about is it reading degrees when it needs to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Supra P171 is a lean code. The first thing they're going to do is want you to check the fuel trims.
Yep.
Frank, yes, I do follow Blue Collar Kyle. That is,
And if you rev it up
amazing
high
at
enough
body work.
RPM and your fuel trims suddenly start to get close back in place, you have most likely a vacuum leak.
are the cat tools warranted by Snap-on?
Yep, they are.
Oh, they
Because
got
the ones that are
they give us
Snap-on are
some-
warranted through Snap-on, and the Jet ones are warranted through Jet. All Snap-on tools are a lifetime warranty.
Hey, Baja, have you ever been to Vision?
That's next on my list. I'm gonna.
That's
Well,
also
yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I've never been to STX, so I'd like to see that. But Vision's very interesting. I've been to
Yeah,
Vision.
STX
Vision
is
opens up,
pretty
you have
much
to get
just
on it.
WorldPack's version of Vision.
Yeah, I've been to Vision before.
What was that, CP? You got drowned out.
When you get on Vision, or when Vision opens up, if you want to get in any of the classes, you have to be on it. They sell out in like a week
Damn.
when they open them up. So they come out usually in January, I think, usually, and then like March. When is it? March, late March, when they have Vision. You have to sign up. You have to get hotel.
When I went to Kansas.
You have to get a hotel and sign up for the classes like right away. You ain't got no shot.
I went to Vision in 2017. My boss sent me there.
Turner is my road dad, yo. Uh-oh.
I
Yeah.
went,
That's my pass right there.
Instructor.
oh, you are an instructor, huh?
Oh.
You get to be an
Awesome.
instructor at Vision?
STX, which is WorldPack's version of Vision.
Oh.
So we're in a. It looks like it's about the size of a casino from Vegas. This place is like 18 acres. That's the building, and they have an indoor forest.
Damn.
But
Like,
they have
what
a
state are you in
convention
again?
center.
It's like
What's the
Gaylord
year?
Opryland.
What city are you in again?
Nashville,
remember-
Tennessee.
Where?
Nashville, Tennessee.
I
Oh, you're in Gaylord
I
Opryland?
read you threw something up about the fact that
That's Nissan Homeland.
where you were going and you had to wake up early. You did like community posts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it, but I didn't retain it.
Yeah,
What'd you
had
find
a-
with that PO 171? Those are easy. What kind of vehicle is it? Easy. Well, I'm gonna need a photo of that cheat sheet. I think that should be on actually should be on Nissan Academy.
You don't need
or
a
misfire
copy of the
data.
cheat sheet. You just listen to what Fluffy says. Write it down. And you got a cheat sheet.
Kevin, we show misfire data. It's under special functions. I want to say if it's a
I can get misfire
tool.
data on a Nissan.
Yeah, ours is work support, so we can monitor only on some. We can monitor live misfires, but now they've gone to past misfires, so
We have
it still shows. We sure do love Nashville. Hey, yeah.
we have
Although you
current-
got to look for past. Past will show you. It was a 2014 Rogue.
Tell you that,
Bubble body?
171. First, you got to make sure you have no problem with the mass airflow, and then you got to make sure you have no vacuum leaks. I'd say the most two common issues.
Yeah, be careful.
Wouldn't you say mass airflow or vacuum leak are the two most common problems?
Intake boot.
Yeah, intake boot. That's what I'm saying. That'd be air leak.
Intake
Yeah.
boot.
We had a class by NASTF, NASTF.
The one that
Yeah,
looked like
it was-
me.
Your mommy
Right.
coming?
They control the right to repair,
No.
so that you guys get all the dealership tools, and you get everything just at the same time we do without delay. But they had an FBI and Homeland Security investigator with them too, and half of the show was about how they're cracking down on fraudulent car parts. Like they seized over 6,000 fake airbags.
Oh, you mean Amazon?
Wow.
I'm trying to remember. They mentioned that stuff. I'm trying to remember what car it was I was trying to go into. Was it a Subaru? Or was it a newer Nissan at my shop? Because I get a lot of cars from a local enterprise rent-a-car. I'm trying to think if it was a newer Nissan or the Subaru. Where actually, if I had the auto off for it on my launch scan tool, which I don't for whatever. I think it was Nissan. Is Nissan doing that shit yet, Bluff?
Yeah, you get it through Auto Authority. Auto Authority, if you have, if
Oh.
you're paying, you get Nissan, Dodge, and 2 others.
My Dodge Pass does not work for the Nissan.
No, that's the thing. My Auto Authority, I go through Auto Authority Direct, and they actually say Nissan, Dodge, and I can't remember what the other 3 are, but you get Gateway because when I connect mine,
I have it for Stellantis. I don't have it for Nissan.
That's
Have you
weird.
used one of those, Bob?
Yeah, this is what they raffled off today.
Did they? $3,000.
Yeah, Nastiff, they sponsored it and they raffled it
almost
off for
worthless,
everyone
though.
that attended.
Damn.
That's pretty
In my
good.
opinion, it's almost worthless. I mean, it literally they can't get you into anything factory. So if it's Nissan or GM Dodge only, you still use it. You still can't get into any gateways with
What's
it.
that?
So yeah, did you? I mean, I had one for a year. I bought
What's
one from
that?
Mexico, Rap Assist, and
What?
I honestly don't think it's worth the money.
What
And
tool are you
Maxo
talking
screwed
about?
me.
Yeah, that they raffled off this. This is what he's saying is bad.
What is it?
Rap Assist.
What is it? Is it a
It's an
scanner?
open IV. It's a pass through, so you can do a pass through,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and it's worth. It's not, to me. It's not worth the money. You got to use one. I mean, I don't say if you could use one. Here's the thing, though. I had 6 different problems with it. I did a transmission on a Nissan and couldn't get it to program because obviously you have to have a consult to do it. Okay. So that was worthless. Keith DeFazio actually works for that program. And I actually spoke with him on it. And he even said, yeah, it's not what you're looking for. I was looking for a pass through that would be able to get into all factory programs without, fail. Right. And it doesn't do that. So this isn't it doesn't, what am I trying to say here? I'm not good with words sometimes. It doesn't allow you to get into any
box.
factory settings that you would be able to use unless you have a factory scan tool. Capiche? Yeah. So you're not going to be able to, that isn't an end all be all is what I was looking for was one tool that would get me into all of them. And what it does is Opus IVS has a program where it sets up where there's technicians, good technicians like Keith DeFazio. You call in and it does help you diagnose if you get into a problem. So there is some value in it, so it's basically like having a pro tech on. So it'd be like a master GM, master Subaru, master anybody. It'd be a good program for you to get involved with, Baja, honestly, Opus IVS, because you call them and they'll help you. They'll give you step-by-step diagnostics to help you diagnose a problem. Like I had a Ford.
What up, JW?
I should go find Keith. Keith is here.
Yeah, you should talk to him. You would really like it because I think they pay pretty good and it's remote, obviously. So when they call you, basically they set you up on a phone call, then you link into their scan tool using that Opus IVS. But you know what I mean? Yeah. It's really kind of, for $3,000, it's kind of foolish, in my opinion. Like, wouldn't you want to really just use your scan tool and do a mirror? Because Altel does that now, right? Like, it's the same thing.
Bosch does that too.
Right. So you can technically use that system to already help you with diagnostics. But the Opus IVS obviously gives you contact with real, like Toyota Master Techs and whatnot, Ford Techs, like real pro guys. like guys that really know every every out and in of most all Fords or
Well,
Chevys.
I'll tell Keith you said hi.
In
I think I got a
JWC,
class coming up.
Well, it's good
JWC
if you are-
Tech is
with
totally
you, it would be
correct
great
on the
for you.
auto authorized. JWC Tech is totally correct. It's $50 a manufacturer.
What's
I
that?
I was talking about
auto
auto authorized. You have to pay $50 for each manufacturer.
Yeah.
And it's for a year, right?
Yes, I just
You-
checked into that. So
which isn't bad.
obviously,
That's not
obviously,
bad.
I got to talk to the boss.
That's why I've got Nissan, because I got their plus. I pay the subscription fee.
I don't think
I
Nissan
was just looking at
we spent
that.
like 20. Can't do stuff still. I would contact Nissan. What is it?
When I worked at an independent shop,
It's
we would do work like that, and then we would send it to the dealer for whatever it needed, like a reprogram or whatever.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the
55
things that this Nastiff rep was trying to set up. Is he said that they're kind of restructuring the way that they want to set things up to where they want to have like almost like Uber for programmers. So if you got the hardware and the software and the subscriptions to do programming and you're
Right.
mobile, then all you have to do as an independent shop is just go to the Nastiff website and say, I need a Dodge guy. And
Yeah.
they'll ping the Dodge guys in your area and you'll start getting quotes.
I
That's
have
how
a-
launch works.
I have a programmer that is basically an all fucking car line guy. He actually works for a training facility too, but he does it all. He's insured, licensed, has everything he needs, and it takes all liability out of my hands on anything he does, key programming, anything. So I just let him do it while I go on to the next car and do my thing.
That's the thing about it is
We
it
turn
is
the cost over to the customer.
yeah, it is nice to have a guy like that. And I'm not qualified to be at that level. I mean, of those guys it's just I don't want to have to chase down somebody when I'm
Me
in the
too,
middle
GMM.
of trying to figuring something out. So I thought that Opus IVS would help me do that, would eliminate that. That was what they sold it as me to. When I bought it off the Matco truck too, and I got to tell you, put a really bad taste in my mouth for Matco, because you know what they did? Matco was selling that thing, and they made you pay $600 up front. But my dealer and Matco didn't really tell you is that that's only for a year lease. They charge you $600. So
Damn.
after the year was up, they called me and they said, "Hey, we need that IVS back." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was like, I bought that for $600, and they're like, "No, you didn't. We leased it to you for a year for $600." And I was like, if you look at the ads for it, back when it first originally came out, they did not tell you there was a year lease at all in there anywhere.
Well, not with a lot of their techs that do their remote programming on that machine. Sometimes you got to pay them extra for it on top of that.
And it was the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, in my opinion. Like paying even $600, which not only that, you have to pay monthly. You had to pay monthly, so it's $3,100 up front. I had to pay, so I paid $600 to lease it. Plus, I basically bought the machine. But see, if you buy that machine for $3,000, you still got to pay a yearly fee to them. It's not all cut and dried like that. And so now you're talking $6,000 probably, roughly. I don't remember. I don't know what it is now for what they're charging, but you're talking $6,000, and that's residual payment every year. You're going to pay that $3,000. You have to be able to justify using that. And most of I get caught up in diagnostic stuff that trip me up if I'm doing a lot of different brands. That's why I'm like limiting myself to what I would do now. Because I'm like, you know what, this ain't worth it. Trying to have all the equipment to run all the different makes and models anymore is so expensive and so ridiculous that the juice ain't worth the squeeze. You can spend $40,000 a year just in diagnostics to try to keep up with 6 different brands of cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
So 4K is looking around 10K. I thought it was around 4K. Super, and the most expensive part of that is going to actually be the tough book, because the VI itself is what, $900 and some odd dollars. But yeah, that's insane.
I guess that's a good thing about GM. You could just
Like
pay the
GMM.
program stuff.
Right.
As long as you got a
Exactly. It's
J-Box.
all online. It's all online. That's exactly why
I know
GM now.
GM to follow in MOPAR steps and make it like just online works on Android, because the MOPAR, their cloud, you can use it on your goddamn phone.
I downloaded
GM and that to do that.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you, JWC. That's probably one of the best videos he's made in a long time.
I haven't seen it. I'll probably check it out later on tonight. But I got to get going, guys. I stayed on longer than I expected. But yeah, from Grace
You
Monkey to
invited
IT
more people
experts.
than you expected.
Huh?
You invited more people than you expected.
Yeah, I did. But we'll get back at it again. Actually, we'll talk about this, JWC. It might be good with our topic on Friday. So y'all stay tuned for that.
I like having these chats like this. This is informative. Especially when Baja's around and all the other guys.
Oh, hell yeah. Subscription services is a new corporate blueprint. That's true. Yes.
Well,
all I knew was that Frontier made me wish I was working on a Subaru today.
Hey, all you guys got my email, so there's a lot of big wigs up here. So if you got specific questions on any kind of industry product, the actual like people are here, not marketing bullshit people.
Right.
Snap on there.
Yeah, we have who is
I want to know why Snap-on doesn't make it.
Jason Cabrinus is here.
Snap-on doesn't make a flashlight. I asked my dealer why Snap-on doesn't make a flashlight.
They do. It's on the Zeus. It's in a pin.
No, he said flashlight. He's messing.
You know what you should ask them?
My Snap-on dealer says he go broke on lifetime warranty.
Legit question, bro. You should ask Snap-on why they stopped making I don't know if it's the first, but the electric ratchet. I actually had to warranty mine, and I went to the Snap-on guy, and he was like, "Oh, we don't sell that one no more." I'm like, "Oh my god, bro! This one is the one that's fast, and it's probably the original one." I was like, "Bro, this thing works great." He's like, "Yeah, but then people complain about the brushless." I said, "Yeah, well, that new one is like 300 RPM. I feel like I lose 2 hours working on a car." And he's like, "Yeah, well, we can still rebuild it. We just won't sell you a new one." I was like, "Well, that's fucking stupid."
What do you mean? What are you talking about? The brushless Snap-on ratchet, or the brush Snap-on electric or cordless ratchet?
I had the model number somewhere.
Snap-on still makes the brush cordless ratchets.
Okay, so the original one was like 1300 RPM or something. It's fast. So that was the one that I had.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The electric ratchet. Well, then the second one that they came out with was called the Brute, I think. Yeah. Slow.
No, the Brute was just a high torque one. The Brute was a high torque one.
Yes,
but it's slow.
But it's slow.
Yeah, but it was meant for higher torque.
Yes. So the
You
one
can't have
before
both.
that, well, the one before that is the one that they stopped making. Apparently, I just found this out.
No, they still make it.
Well, they make
the brushless ones now too.
They make the new one that he had.
None of them ever went at 1300 RPMs. The electrics.
No.
It's fast. I don't know what exactly it was. I just know it's faster.
Well, the
than
Brute is way slower than your.
Yeah, for sure.
Cordless, no doubt about it.
All right, guys, let's carry this back stream. That way I could shut it down.
Yeah.
Shit throws
All right.
up.
All right, chat. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a. We'll talk again Friday. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient.